Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the FRC Java tutorials. I'm Alan Oden, lead programmer from Team 3313 for the 2012 build season. 2013. This episode I'm going to be covering pneumatics and relays. We're going to start off with pneumatics. First off, we're going to need to define our compressor, which is what allows all the pneumatics to work. You can't have anything running without that. These are defined again similar to everything else that we've done so far. We're just going to name this one main compressor. I can't imagine any situation where you would need more than one compressor, but still, sticking with the usual naming conventions is usually easier to understand. Now when defining this one, you're actually going to need two numbers in here. The first one is your digital I/O, which is, for in this case, 1, because we haven't done anything of those yet. This is the second set of slots on your sidecar. It should say digital I/O on it. The second number here is the relay that you're going to use to actually turn the compressor on and off. Again, we don't have any relays yet, so we're just going to go with 1. Now, we need this to turn on as soon as the robot itself turns on, so we're going to actually put this here in robot in it. So we're going to type main compressor, and then we're going to start it, and it's really just .start. Okay. Next up, we want to actually be able to do something with it. We're going to need to create the solenoids. Which are created pretty simply, just defined the same way most things are. Now this first one we're going to use to just move a piston, extend a piston and contract a piston. So this one extract, and then we need to make this equal to a new solenoid. Which is plugged into the first slot on your solenoid module. Now we're going to make it a contract, so we'll make a second one. And again, this is defined the same way, except we change the number to 2. Okay. Now, in the code down here, it's pretty much the same as this other code that we've used so far, just a couple of slight differences. And we're going to set this up for buttons 3 to extract it, 4 to retract it. Again, you're going to want to get the button. Oops. And you're going to want to set it to on. But you're also going to want to make sure that piston 1 is not retracting at the same time. So we're going to set this to false. Now we're going to do an else if. And for this one, button 4. Again, you get the raw button. Now this time we're just going to copy this code, put it here, and reverse these two values so that it is no longer extracting, and it is instead retracting. Now we're going to want to add a third one, which is the final else. This time we don't want either of them to be going, so we need to set them both to false. Okay, on to relays. Relays are defined pretty similar to most of the other things. Again, most of the FRC components are. New relay. Now, keep in mind that even though we didn't, it doesn't necessarily say that it's a relay. We are using a relay already, so this needs to go in port 2. Again, you're going to need to change these numbers for your bot depending how they're configured. And then down here, we're going to use buttons 5 and 6 to make the relay go one direction and the other one to go backwards. Now in here, we're going to do spike 1, which is what we defined it as up there. Dot set. And since we wanted to go forward, we're going to change this from off to forward. Now we're going to do another else if. We're going to use button 6. We're going to make it go backwards. And finally, again, if we're not pushing any button, we want it to not work at all. So we're going to turn it off. And there. Next episode, we're going to be going over some camera functions. Well, again, this has been Alan Oden, lead programmer from Team 3313. Happy programming.